Today is a Wednesday, October 18, 2023. Biden in Israel, displeasure regarding Gaza hospital strike. President Joe Biden has reaffirmed the U.S.'s help for Israel's conflict in Gaza during conversations with Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu. His outing to Tel Aviv comes a day after Palestinian authorities said an Israeli airstrike on a Gaza clinic killed no less than 471 individuals. Israel faults a failed rocket sent off by Palestinian Islamic Jihad, a claim denied by the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. Jordan dropped the highest point with the President of the US and Egypt after the lethal strike. Palestinian pioneer Mahmoud Abbas prior pulled out from the gathering. UN Secretary calls for a surefire helpful truce as world leaders denounce hospital assault, unconstrained fights eject across the Center East and somewhere else. Right around 3,450 Palestinians killed in Israeli assaults on Gaza since Hamas' October 7 assault inside Israel, which killed in excess of 1,400 individuals. Once more President Joe Biden focused on the U.S.'s unflinching help for the Israeli conflict in Gaza during a visit to Israel. Biden tells head of the state Benjamin Netanyahu that the Al-Ali Middle Easterner clinic bombarding seems to have been committed by the other group, not you, inferring Palestinian furnished groups were behind it. The barrage of the hospital in Gaza set off a rush of outrage and fights across the Center East, with dissidents rioting in something like 8 nations to denounce the lethal assault. Egypt's leader Abdel Fattah el-Sisi precludes facilitating Palestinian outcasts from Gaza in the Sinai Promontory, proposing rather that Israel could move them to the Negev desert. Israeli airstrikes in Gaza keep bringing the number of individuals killed in the blockaded area to 3,300, with more than 13,000 harmed. Iran's Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian proposes an oil ban and different authorizations on Israel. Lebanese Foreign Minister Abdallah Abu Habib cautions that preceded hostility against Gaza could light a fire that could consume the entire region. UN Security Gathering vote to occur in spite of U.S. strain to postpone. The U.S. was obviously attempting to come down on deferring the UN Security Board vote until President Biden was in the air, however, that isn't occurring, and the vote is certainly on. Brazil's draft goal has now been watered down after at first requiring a quick truce. It currently calls for compassionate stops. In any case, the U.S. will probably uphold this goal since they will utilize this to attempt to push Secretary Blinken's arrangement to get the Americans out at the Rafah crossing and get some guidance in. Obviously, the U.S. position is that Israel has the privilege to safeguard itself, so the barrage will go on after that. Fights emit in Beirut close to U.S. government office. Fights have occurred in the Lebanese capital, Beirut, close to the U.S. government office. Tense scenes have been arising out of the city, with Lebanese powers utilizing water guns against young fellows conveying banners. The exhibitions come as Biden unequivocally offered the Israeli government his help during a visit to Tel Aviv. Right around 1,300 individuals are still under the rubble of obliterated structures. Here is more from a news meeting held by the Well-Being Service representative. They proceeded with assaults comprise ethnic purifying and a danger to the Palestinian presence. Over 2/3 of the casualties of the Israeli animosity are kids, ladies, and the old. There are around 1,300 individuals still under the rubble, including 600 youngsters. There are individuals still alive and stuck under the rubble of annihilated structures. However, the most common way of contacting them faces incredible troubles because of ceaseless focus on. Thanks for watching and subscribing to the channel.